On today's video, I'm going to show you how I finish our basement floor with just paint and some fun techniques. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into my farm life. Say hi, Dorothy. She doesn't care. She doesn't want to say hi. It's been almost 2 years since I did this last time in another section of our basement, as you could see here. And I'm doing it again in another part. And now this step right here is just a base coat, and it's a watered down paint base coat. I'm using DIY paint in layered chocolate, watered down. And now I've done most of it here. This second, what I'm putting on now is still layered chocolate watered down, but it's a little bit heavier on the paint side this time. About a third paint to water. And for the accent colors, I'm using Summer Crush and Old 57. This is Summer Crush, and I've got this at about a third of the bottle is paint and the rest is water, and then I shake it really good. And I'm just pouring it in my hand and just kind of throwing it on where whatever looks good to me. I have no major plan. It's just kind of random. And now the same thing with the Old 57 color, which is a turquoise. Just pouring it in my hand and slapping it on. Very random. It's a very messy project. So this is just a rag with some water, and I just add water on top. It helps the paint move a little bit better. I want it to kind of swirl around and mix. This is the handiest tool ever. I found it in my husband's shop. It's just a little blower. So it's like a leaf blower, only miniature. And it's absolutely perfect for this. Last time I used a compressor and it was a little bit too much. And with the nozzle being really small, this worked way better. A bigger nozzle and just the perfect tool for this. Now let's let this dry and we'll go feed the pigs. The mornings are getting a little chilly outside now as we're getting into almost winter. But it's still nice outside, nice enough outside to kind of enjoy the early morning. I was hoping for my barn to be finished by this time, but maybe soon, hopefully. Simon and Harriet are patiently waiting for their breakfast. I have to pour their food in separate areas because, well, they're pigs and they'll fight. Even though they both get the same thing, they still run from dish to dish and kind of fight each other. Little Aria needs her breakfast too. This is Cotton. She's always super excited at chore time. Okay, so now we're on to a second coat. And the second coat is nothing like the first. It's just kind of random. I don't look for full coverage. I'm just trying to kind of fix the pattern or just fill in some blank spots that I had before. The process is about the same. I'm just using the 3 colors and I'm just kind of throwing it on there wherever. Add some water on top and then move it all around with the blower. Now it's milking time. I gave up on hand milking a couple months in. My hands just couldn't do it. Dorothy's got some tiny little short teats on the back of her udder, and it's just really, really hard on my hands to milk her by hand. So now with the weather getting cold, I've had to move my vacuum pump into this wagon and kind of haul it back and forth out to the milking shed in the mornings because it's too cold to leave it outside. I don't need things freezing up at night and breaking. That would be a disaster. So as I'm waiting for Dorothy to wander on up the hill, I kind of set everything up and get it ready. She's not exactly a patient cow, so I try to have everything ready to go when she walks in so that she's not waiting on me at the end when she's done her little snack and everything else. Got my buckets for washing before and after. Well, here she comes. She hears the chain on the gate and she'll come wandering up the hill. Sometimes I have to go look for her and call her, but usually she comes up on her own. This milker has been a lifesaver for my hands, and it's really fast. I can get her milked from start to finish, usually within a half an hour. And that's hauling everything out there and then coming in and processing the milk and cleaning everything up. I'm about a half an hour, 45 minutes, depends on the day. I'm getting about 2 gallons per milking from her, which is more than enough for what we need.
Are you done? You done, girl?
She is not a cuddle cow. When she's done, she just wants out. And now I gotta lug my unit back to the garage. I should mention before somebody asks why I have my vacuum pump, which has wheels and a cart attached, in a wagon, and it's because it's very heavy and it has tiny little wheels that will be absolutely useless on this terrain. This wagon makes hauling it back and forth much, much easier. I enjoy these early mornings when it's just me and the dogs. There's always dogs. It's kind of peaceful. Now this is a satin finish varathane that I'm sealing it with. I'll be giving it 2 coats, just like I did the other part of the floor that I did a couple years ago. That's holding out really well, so I don't see any reason to go more than that. If I notice it's starting to look a little wonky in a bit, I can always give it another coat. But for now, we're going to go with 2 coats, and you can see how it really deepens the color. Because just like when you're painting DIY paint on furniture, you're going to get the same reactions and everything when you paint it on the floor. So this works really well. I really do love how this turns out, and it's a really cost-effective way to make your boring cement floor look good, because this took 1 16-ounce can of layered chocolate, an 8-ounce jar of Old 57, and an 8-ounce jar of Summer Crush, plus the can of the varathane, the clear coat, which is a gallon can, and I used about 3/4 of it to do those 2 coats. And this whole area is just over 300 square feet. So in a time when we're all looking to save our pennies here and there, this is a perfect way to finish up that boring basement floor and give it a whole new look.